So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Happy Friday. How are you? Weekend's almost here. You ready? Has it been a good week? Do you really need the weekend, or is it just like it's cool, it's here? Either way. So today, a couple of questions. I like to call them life-altering questions. Now, will it alter your life? Well, yes, it has the potential to do just that. If you have the courage to listen to them and more courage to answer them, yes, it will alter. How do I know that? Because change happens a little itty-bitty influence at a time. I'm going to influence you a little today, and you'll influence yourself a little bit later on when you answer these questions. We'll get to it here in just a minute, okay? It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. It's hard to believe. 16 seasons. As I sit here today in August doing the program, I'm thinking, wow, it was just January when we started this year, and before you know it, it'll be another year in the can. Crazy stuff as we approach 5,000 episodes. Yes, that's the limit for the Daily Boost, 5,000 episodes. Although people have said to me, Scott, are you sure? And the answer is no. I'll let you know here in the future. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Grateful to have you here today. Every Friday, we ask the question, I ask the question, you should ask the question, how do I want to feel? Now, if you're one of these people who says, well, what do you mean by the feely question, Scott? I'm just saying you're an emotional being, and you are being ruled by your subconscious mind, whether you know it or not, your unconscious mind, if you will. And when you ask the question, how do I want to feel, you presumably want to feel good or prosperous or happy. Some of you like to beat yourself up, but I know really how you want to feel. But you take just a couple of minutes, and certainly at least on a Friday, and say, how do I want to feel? Listen for the good answer to come rolling in, and then run with that feeling and go out and make your life better. It's a powerful question. Been asking it 16 years, and it works very well. Try it. So life. That's a big old term. And are you aware you're alive, by the way? I'm not sure everybody is. I think you get out of bed every single day and you go do the things that you need to do, the things you think you need to do, the things people told you to do. But are you actually aware that you have a life going on and it should be as full as you want it to be, and at some point it will end? Are you aware of that, or are you just walking through your day? I am not unconvinced that 80% of the population is not even aware they're alive. But I think you are because you're here today. I hope you're alive. Are you breathing? Check your pulse. Got that Apple Watch? A long time ago, it occurred to me that life is it's one of those things you have to work at to become aware about. But it's also like a big scavenger hunt. Have you ever feel that way? You're trying to learn something, trying to figure stuff out. When am I ever going to get this? When am I going to get that? You're like looking all over for it. Eventually you find it, if you look long enough. It's full of questions, isn't it? You need essential answers to make things work. And the winners of the world, the people who get what they want, they're happy. And I'll let you define winner. It's not somebody who's rich. It's happiness. It's contentment. It's whatever you think it's going to be. Some winners, I'm sure, are feel like they're winning when they're grumpy. I'm sure, but I hope that you're not that person. But I have a few questions. I go through these questions. I do them about twice, sometimes 3 times a year, depending on the need. And let me give you these questions today and give you a chance to think about these questions. And they're basic and they're raw, and you may not have thought about them. First question I want to ask is, what do you want to do? In your life, with your relationships, with your job, with everything. Have you ever really just asked yourself that question? What do I want to do? And then had the courage to write the answer down. You know me, I'm always talking about facing your passion. The very first thing I'll do when I want you to face your passion is say, well, what's that passion? What do you want to do? Can't get there if you don't know what it is. I know it's meandering around your brain a little bit someplace, but have you actually written it down? The answer to that question, what do I want to do? What do I want to have? Thought about that, or are you just running after the material stuff because that's what you do? Time to go to Target, buy more stuff. What do you want to have? Maybe you just want to have peace of mind. I don't know. Thought about that? Specifically stated that? Written that down? Because until you specifically write it down and specifically answer that question, you're just guessing. You're just hoping. The randomness of the universe is going to reward you with things you're like, how'd I get that? It's cool. Well, you didn't tell me what you wanted, so I brought you this. See? What do you want to have? Where do you want to go? Metaphorically speaking, or actually, physically speaking? Want to travel someplace, or you want to take your mind someplace? What do you want? Have you ever thought about that? Where do I want to go? Maybe random conversations, maybe on a glass of wine on a Friday night, maybe a glass or 2 or 3 of wine, and you're like, man, I wish I could do this. You ever done it consciously and sober? What contribution do you want to make? That's a good question. I've asked that question often. I make a contribution in this show. It takes a lot for me to do this show, and it's a big part of what I do. And this is a contribution. In fact, I see this show and me showing up, like me, hate me, whatever, don't understand me. It doesn't matter. It's who I am. But I see a side benefit, a benefit of contribution to people who find me, and I resonate with them. So I do what I do the best I can possibly do and screw it up half the time, but that's okay. I'm going to keep doing what I do, knowing somebody was helped by what I did. That's my contribution, and some others I make as well. What do you want to become? When you grow up? Or why wait? Or maybe you won't grow up. You just want to become something. What do you want to become? Maybe who do you want to be kind of thing, right? What do you want to learn? What do you want to learn? I know Google teaches you everything, but what do you really want to learn? If you had your chance, if you could just dig in and learn. I love the mind. I love to study mind. I love to study how the humans think and how you get yourself to do the things you want. It's obvious what I do for a living, right? I do it for a living because I love to study it. I can't study it enough. But there's more I want to learn too. What do you want to learn? Who do you spend your time with? Who do you spend your time with? Who do you want to spend your time with? I was talking to a client this morning about hanging out with negative people. I said, you know what? I don't want to spend any time at all with negative people. And also, I like to spend time with people that are growth-oriented. If you're not growth-oriented and you're a negative person, I don't hate you for it. I don't dislike you for it, but I don't see you. You're kind of invisible to me. And I'm usually surprised when you work really hard to prove to me you're not invisible. And I notice you and I go, but you're a negative person who doesn't want to grow. I don't do that. I don't even understand that concept. So who do you want to spend your time with? Well, obviously, I want to spend time with people who are positive people, at least not negative, and are growth-oriented. I think it's pretty obvious based on what I do here. How much money do you want to earn, save, or invest? It's okay. But until you choose a number, I mean a specific number and a real number, because if you choose $100,000, that's doable. If you choose $1 million or $2 million a year, that's doable, but it's much more difficult. But until you choose what you want to have today in terms of making money today and maybe what you want to save or what you want to retire on, until you choose to do that, it's not going to become real. You got to choose it. How much do you want to have? How much time do you want off? It's probably less than you think. Because if you have too much time off, you get itchy, right? But you should ask it anyway. How much time do you want off? Me, personally, generally speaking, my schedule puts me off on Thursday afternoon until Tuesday morning. Everything in between is not scheduled. That's my time off. I can do what I want. Do I work some of the time? Yeah, I get itchy. I do stuff. But that's my time off. 3 o'clock every afternoon. My work day's done. I want the evening free. How much time do you want off? Have you defined it? I promise you this, the way when you do, and you make your schedule that way, and you start walking your talk, and you start exposing people to your expectation of when you're available and when you're not, the minute you do that, you get to do that. Until you do it, you don't get to do it. That's kind of weird. Last question. What will you do to create optimum health? A better question that you can add on to that is, have you even thought about being optimally healthy? Or you thought about, I need to lose some weight, I need to get in shape. But no, that's different. If you have thought about optimally healthy, what that means to you, it's pretty easy to say, what do I have to do? What will I do? What do I want to do to get there? That'll change your life. In fact, most everybody I work with, if I can change their health, if I can change their fitness, everything else is easy after that. Should have been the first question, right? But you wouldn't have listened to it then. So I'm going to repeat it. Life is full of questions, and it's long enough for you to figure things out. And if you're lucky, you figure it out before you're out of here. You're like Curly and the One Thing. When you remember the movie City Slickers? The One Thing. It's long enough to figure that one thing out. And when you do, you're cool. In fact, I think that life lesson is all you have to learn. Answering the questions I gave you today will help you get closer to figuring that out. And when you do, you'll take a nice deep breath, relax, you'll slow things down, and life gets awfully fun. I know, I live it every single day. Easy? Nah, not really. Got to work at it. But every single day, that's what I do. And life is pretty cool. Pretty content, pretty happy. I was smiling about it last night, actually. Just randomly smiling about my life. Thanks for that, by the way. Hey, it's been cool. I will see you on Monday. We'll do this again because that's what I do. Daily boost every single day. Back on Monday.